Buckle up and hold on as we take you for a wild and exciting ride on the road to TransWorld. This is TransWorld Live.
TransWorld Thursday, and we are hanging out with y'all. It's so good to see you. Festive Farmstead gets the credit with the very first comment tonight. Very nice to see you. Chris LaFuria, it's his birthday, so happy birthday to Chris LaFuria. Want to celebrate that. We are excited because that's right, Festive Farmstead. We are 13 days away from TransWorld. So excited. Guys, we are here. We're hanging out with all of you. It's good to see you as you guys are coming in here. Nadine and Taylor and Tom and Jen and Ross and holy cow, the list goes on and on. Guys, it's so good to see you guys. Very, very good to see you. Derek, what's going on? Rob, what's going on? Heather, Julietta, Tara, Nightmare's End. Guys, you're looking great. Tony Brunner. Guys, you're looking great. We can't do this show without you. We love when you watch, but we love you even more when you comment. So be a part of the interactivity like Ruth Place Haunt just said hi. We're saying hi back. Ask some questions. Be a part of the fun as we get together in just 13 days. Holy cow, folks. We are definitely on the road to TransWorld. We are very, very excited. Of course, we stream to 5 different feeds, including YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Wherever you want to watch us, we'll find you there. All right. Huge credit to our premiere show sponsor for TransWorld Live, Ticketsauce, who is doing an amazing giveaway on our behalf Saturday during TransWorld at 4:30 at their booth number 603. There's going to be 2 winners. One winner going to win $200 gift card. The other winner is going to get a VIP ticket to the Heaven and Hell costume ball. That's right. And that includes a little bit of beverage as well. So you're definitely going to want either one of those things, which is pretty cool, but you can't even buy the VIP tickets to Saturday night. So you definitely want to get a chance to win that. Robert just posted it in the chat. So go check it out. Enter it. And you do not need to be present at their booth. Just be a part of it. And they'll let you know if you win. So we wish you good luck. Of course, this is a very, very awesome week. Hopefully you caught our Tuesday show. I see a lot of you that were there on Tuesday, and we're thankful for that. Now we're hanging out on Thursday. Guess what tomorrow is? Friday the 13th. Like I have to tell anybody that. We're real excited about that. There's 3 this year. There's one in February that passed, this one in March, and then there's another in November. Perfect timing for the legendary Haunt Tour, which we'll be talking about a little bit closer as we get to that. Of course, we want you to be a part of all the parties, all the seminars, everything that you want to do at TransWorld. We want you to be there, but we also want you to save money. So we want you, if you're on the fence, if you're thinking back and forth, like, hey, should I do this one thing? You definitely should, but make sure that you buy your ticket before midnight on March 19th. That's right, March 19th before 11:59 Central, and you'll get the early bird discount. That's how it works. Now, we could still offer you stuff, but stuff may sell out, and you're going to pay the full price after that time. But if you want to save a couple of bucks, let's do it. Okay, as we talked about, we are getting ready to head to the America Center in St. Louis. Your tickets are booked. A lot of you have your bags packed already, and we're going to be bringing you behind the scenes and showcasing some amazing vendors that you are going to need to hang out when you get there. And we're going to kick off tonight really, really fast because we've got a full slate of amazing humans that we're going to talk to tonight. and we're going to kick it off with our very good friends from Ticketsauce. That's right, TransWorld Live. Help me in welcoming Mr. Bryan Brand from Ticketsauce. What's going on, sir?
Yeah, excited to be here. Thank you. Happy Thursday. Can't believe, again, we're like the gentleman said, we're a couple weeks out. It's 13 days.
It is crazy, even for you guys too. Like, we're sitting there, you're getting ready, and then you feel like, oh, cool, I've got like 4 months to go. And then here we are under 2 weeks.
Yeah, trying to put last minute orders in for power, Wi-Fi, all that stuff. There's a lot of boxes to check for the vendors. So
it really is. And truly, just like you guys, you have your booth, you have all of your stuff, things that you're handing out, things that you're helping to showcase your products. You got to make sure it's on the truck, getting ready to roll. So we can't wait to see all of you guys there. Tell us a little bit about Ticketsauce. Where do you guys come from, and what's your platform like?
Yeah, I'd be happy to kind of share a little bit more about us. So Ticketsauce, we were founded in 2015. Primary ticketing software. One of our biggest differentiators is we are fully white labeled software. So everything's under our client's brand.
Okay.
Whether you're a venue, festival, a haunt, attraction, whatever it may be, agritourism, we work with a wide variety of clients. So we have a primary ticketing software, super easy to use, very robust, very customizable, very flexible to meet the needs of events of all different shapes and sizes, right? We work with a ton of haunts, holiday attractions, agritourism, right? We got everything from your single page, one-off events to large complex multi-day events to timed entry to reserve seating, right? We do it all, but we're especially excited about continuing our growth in the haunt space as well as the attraction space in general. Our platform's a great fit for it, given the branding and the white label aspect of what we offer, right? Obviously these haunts and attractions, right, spend so much time on their branding, right, and creating this really incredible experience, right? Well, our ticketing platform allows them to kind of take that a step further, at least initially, that first impression, right, is going to be their brand, right? The URL down to the mobile ticket. The customers have no idea we exist, right? So it's always their brand. It's great from that side. And then again, obviously we've got all the bells and whistles across the board. And, again, we're excited to grow in the space and have found, that a lot of our clients are very happy with our offerings, and we continue obviously to invest in the product and listen to client feedback. So we're offering, those advanced upsells and, driving client retention and more revenue per guest, as well as streamlining a lot of operations on site when it comes to, scanning, validating tickets, selling tickets on site, and that good stuff.
Absolutely. Ticketing is obviously one of the most important things to anyone that's on this show, to anyone that runs an attraction, whether it be haunt, Christmas, an escape room, anything, because they want to make sure that that's a seamless process for their customers. You guys go above and beyond. I love the white glove treatment. It's amazing. And Robert's showing some of the website right now, but truly, whatever your platform is and however you want to sell those tickets, you need to reach out to Bryan because he could help customize some solutions for you. Now, something I'd like to ask you about is you guys also help with marketing and promotion too.
Correct. Yeah, we have a ton of built-in marketing integrations, right? That not only leverage, our client, right, your internal marketing efforts that you're already doing maybe with your newsletter campaigns or digital marketing campaigns on Facebook, Instagram, Google, et cetera. Right? We've got all those ability to add your pixels to your tracking and optimizing campaigns and all that good stuff. But we have some great additional features, right? Like our cart recovery email. That's an automated marketing tool, right? Some abandonment, right? They get fed an email immediately to try to bring them back. And we see about a 5% conversion rate on that. So that's an automated marketing tool. We also have visitor recovery, right? So anyone who visits your ticketing page but does not convert, we're serving them an email, right? That's, again, white labeled under your brand, trying to convert them and bring them back. And then on top of that, right, a ton of affiliate networks, and all your typical codes around promo codes and whatnot. And our biggest thing that we're getting ready to release and we're looking to showcase at TransWorld is two things. One, it's our Sizzle dashboard, which is a live real-time dashboard showing everything that's happening on your ticketing page, right? Like live feed, right, of like people in cart checking out, peak sales days and times, as well as a heat map, right? So you're really giving our clients the tools to understand where their customers are, where they're coming from, right? So they can then, again, hone in those marketing dollars and maximize the ROI there. And then second to that is what we're calling Engage, which is our built-in CRM email and marketing tool. It's going to be integrated within the Ticketsauce ecosystem that we're actually, as part of a promotion for anyone who signs up, before or during TransWorld, we're giving away for free. Right. So that's a big thing we're excited about, and launching. So we know, obviously, it's much easier to retain, right, and retain and convert an existing customer, right, who's been to your haunt or your attraction, right, then go get a new one, right? And that's we're really excited about building this internally. So you're leveraging your existing ticket buyer data to, again, bring them back and keep them coming.
Love this. Now, you guys actually make it super easy for haunts to make it a seamless process even further by helping to sell merch, helping to do VIP bundles and all kinds of extras that, maybe food, beverage, anything else that they want to do onto their ticket.
Correct. Yep. We've got all the upsell functionality on top of, obviously, your admission tickets, right? So GA, where you're doing fast pass, you're doing VIP. We have access point control, right, for those experiences and attractions who have multiple haunts. For example, you got scan in one, scan in the other, and then, as you mentioned, right. So we're trying to help our clients increase their average order value, and by doing so, right, whether you're upselling merchandise, F&B, parking, right, you have an engaged customer buying a ticket to your event. Why not try to upsell them at that point, right? To drive again, and then that's on-site fulfillment. It's super seamless. And again, you're generating revenue before you even open your doors, right? So that's really, again, where we're emphasizing a lot of our development time and resources, is to continue to improve that experience and drive more revenue for our clients.
It's brilliant. We get an opportunity to hang out with a lot of folks that are in this space. And one of the biggest questions that we get all the time, and what helps differentiate companies from each other, let's talk about fraud, recovery, prevention, and chargebacks. I know you guys have a huge support structure. Tell people what they're missing until they convert to you about how great that back end and that support structure is.
Yeah, certainly. I'd be happy to kind of touch on that. And yeah, this is the very unfortunate part of e-commerce in general, but specifically as it pertains to ticketing, right? Because our clients, everyone on this channel who's producing their own haunt or attraction, right? You work very hard, right? You sell those tickets in good faith, right? You put on a great show, and then only to have someone charge that back because they're not a good person, right? Or it's legitimate fraud, but there's your friendly fraud, legitimate fraud. But anyways, it's an unfortunate part of the business, and which is why we also put a ton of emphasis on this in terms of using Stripe, who's one of our primary payment processors, right? They are the largest e-commerce process in the world, and leveraging their first-party data and that processing data to flag fraud, track fraud, and use Radar, which is their internal system that blocks, a ton of different potential disputes or flags them so we can monitor them. So ultimately, our client success team is constantly monitoring the activity across the board for all of our clients, right? And stopping and or notifying and communicating with our clients on, hey, this looks a little fishy. Let's do some more investigating here. So you can't completely eliminate disputes. You just can't. It's the unfortunate nature of it, right? But we do have tools in place. As you can see here, we have, 86 fewer disputes. We also offer ticket insurance, which is a great deterrent, and also additional evidence in fighting those disputes for those individuals who do buy the insurance and then try to charge back, custom terms and conditions, all the stuff everyone's doing. And then we're also leveraging AI as well.
Yeah.
Which is helping really streamline that process and collecting the correct data and, providing that to the banks to, hopefully win on the client's behalf. Those are all things that we're doing constantly, trying to improve the product. And we are looking at offering chargeback insurance as well.
Okay.
So that as an add-on product for our clients, to where that takes that liability completely off their plate and they don't have to deal with it anymore.
Agreed. Minor had said, right away, he's talking in the chargebacks are a huge problem, with a lot of events, and being helped to mitigate that and kind of work through that. That's a huge asset. I don't even think I need to ask, so this sounds like a hammed up canned question, but certainly within the haunted house world, those problems aren't going to come at 3:00 in the afternoon. They're going to be there at like 1 a.m. I know you guys have 24/7 support and you take it seriously. Talk to people about how that support is going to be there for them in their worst times.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, that's all that matters from a service and support standpoint, right? We take a very hands-on approach, what we call our white glove service, right? Our entire team is US based, spread throughout the country, right? So we're covering all time zones, but moreover, not only from onboarding, right? And from getting your initial haunt or attraction, holiday event set up, we're with you every step of the way. We have a real person to call or email that's highly responsive. And then as it pertains to extended weekend and support, we are there when events are actually happening, right? So when those critical moments come and you're having trouble or you need a question or have an issue, right? We have email and phone support extended throughout the weekend, and that's 365 days a year. In addition, we ramp up specifically for Q4, given all of the haunted attractions, agritourism, and holiday events that we do. So we have an even more robust team during those.
Love that. Love that. Love that. Uh-oh, I think we lost audio. Uh-oh, there we go. Maybe
we're back. We're
back. There we go. Robert fixed it. No, we love that because, of course, nobody wants to be left without a lifeline, especially, in their worst time. So that's awesome that you guys have that. We want to thank you on behalf of TransWorld. Ticketsauce is actually sponsoring our makeup demo stage, which is always a very, very popular spot right by Makeup Row. I'm sure you're probably going to have a few representatives hanging out there throughout the day. There'll be makeup demos. Of course, that's always a good pizzazz place to see some good stuff done, but go talk about your ticketing options with the amazing folks here from Ticketsauce, and they'll give you some options here. I know you guys customize no matter what your situation is. What's a good way to get a hold of you if they want to start talking before the show?
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, my email and phone, I don't know if I can drop that on here.
Absolutely.
Or even our website contact form, right? As you guys were kind of perusing here on Ticketsauce, click that Get Started button, fill out your info, and myself or someone from our team would reach out and love to talk to you. Our goal is to understand your current ticketing needs and your goals, right? And see how our platform can help you meet or exceed those, right? And then from a pricing standpoint, we provide custom quotes for every client based on their needs and their annual volume. And then in addition to that, if you do want to come by and say hi, we're booth 2317, right? Perfect. Coming up here in a couple of weeks. And more so, if you like beer, we're going to be having a keg Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in the afternoon. So if you get thirsty, you want to pick up your feet for a little bit, come by and see us, at least just have a beer and shake our hand. And, we'd love to meet everyone and share and some good holiday cheer.
Well, you, sir, know how to play the game. Guys, booth 2317. I'm sorry, my eyes are
2317. Yep.
2317. Go talk some ticketing. See if there's a great option here for you. Maybe grab a little beer and hang out with Bryan and the team. I heard a rumor that maybe you have a new team member, Bill, that I know from a previous life. I'm excited to rekindle with him.
That's correct. Yeah, Bill joined us about a month ago. Super excited to have him on board. Obviously, he brings a ton of experience in the space over the years, and knows a lot of folks and friendly faces. So, yeah, he'll be there on site as well as myself and a couple other folks.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to see you guys. Robert and I will be there. I think we've promised everybody that we'll be there Thursday. So let's promise you we'll be there Friday. But we'll come see you guys, booth 2317. And if you want to start perusing the options, start figuring out if this is an option for you, maybe give them a test run. Go to ticketsauce.com, hang out, and go see Bryan and Bill and the rest of the crew there and grab yourself a beverage. Bryan, it's a pleasure. Anything else you want to share with our audience before we see you in just 13 days?
No, not at all. Greatly appreciate the time and the interview. Looking forward to seeing everyone in a couple weeks in St. Louis. And thanks again for the time. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show and have a nice evening.
You're amazing, sir. Thank you so much, and safe travels.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you. That's great. That is great. Guys, go check them out. That was a nice surprise. Giving back to our amazing community. Go see what they got going at booth 2317. Grab yourself a beverage. All right, folks, as we're getting closer to TransWorld, we have so much to talk about, and we want to remind you about the Don't Be a Monster auction, helping to celebrate Ed Taribas from Erebus Haunted House. You all know that we lost him last year, and the amazing folks from Don't Be a Monster are hosting an auction where 50% of the proceeds are going to go to help support Ed's kids. All you have to do, drop by their booth. That's booth number 2631, or email at info@don'tbeamonster.org, and they'll get you taken care of, and you could be a part of this amazing opportunity to help Ed's family. So thank you so much. All right, TransWorld Live, the show goes on. We still have a stacked guest list here, and we're very excited for our next guest. So many emails back and forth. I'm so excited for you guys to see his product. Help us in welcoming Mr. Ron Daniels from DWL Studios. Hello, sir.
Hello, Chris. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's great for you to be here, sir. I've enjoyed so much just communicating with you before the show, and we've had so many good stuff. You guys just bring a plethora of fun options to talk about, and I can't wait for our audience to dive in and hear all about them.
Yeah, well, thanks again for having us. For sure, you guys might know us as Daniels Woodland. That's been the company, that we're still Daniels Woodland, but we also kind of function under that DWL Studios banner as well. And so for those of you who don't know, Daniels Woodland is and DWL Studios, we're full service scenic fabricators that have been working in the amusement industry really around the world. That includes the haunted, attractions industry is kind of a subset of that, but we've been doing that around the world for about 27 years now. And we specialize in props and promotional items and facades and themed environments and, animatronics, even wood carvings. And we're the #1 shooting gallery builder in the world. And we have a brand new product called Interact that we're really excited to bring to TransWorld and share with the haunted attractions industry. So we do a lot of crazy things. Some of you may have seen us in the past. In my past life, we had a TV series on Animal Planet called Redwood Kings. So I do want you to know you are in the presence of a D-list celebrity that used to be on TV.
I love it. Truly an understatement. You guys have done cabins and tree houses as well. Like anything that's structural. I've seen so many examples of your work. You guys are really talented.
Yeah. And a lot of times people ask me, how in the world do you do all of this stuff, or how do you make a company like that? And all I can tell you is really Daniels Woodland it's not the tools and the shop, a nice 40,000 square foot shop. But it's not the forklifts or the tools or the saws. It's really the people and the team and the passion. Amen. And it's all about them. And so when we have those key players that come to us, we add their uniqueness to ours, and sometimes they move on, and it's kind of like losing an arm, and then we got to grow a new arm and stuff like that. So Daniels Woodland's the people, though, and we've just got a spectacular team. So.
Love that. I know you've done work all over the world. Where are you guys based out of?
Oh, we're in California. We're halfway between Los Angeles and San Francisco in California. Mm-hmm.
Oh, beautiful. That's awesome. I'm a big fan of anything that's wood. And so I know you guys do chainsaw carvings, and obviously we're getting a chance on Robert showing some pictures now of, that hard woodwork that you guys do, which is just an amazing, impressive attribute. I mean, you guys are artists.
Yeah, I mean, the whole company started out. We came up with the concept of the only treehouse in the world that comes with its own tree. It's where we took a big big log and hollowed it out with a chainsaw and built a crooked playhouse on top. And that really was the genesis, of Daniels Woodland. And back in those days, we did those chainsaw carvings and so forth. But, over the years, we just started adding other things and other materials and so forth, just kind of grew into one direction or another, just kind of almost feeling our way in the dark, I guess, if you will. But nowadays, we still work with the wood, but don't let the name, the wood and woodland fool you, because we have steel and concrete and foam and polyurea and fiberglass and, just, any of those, epoxies and any of those materials that would come in handy, whatever the job kind of dictates and implies and calls for. Mm-hmm.
I love that. And I want to focus on that for a second, because anybody in any sort of capacity, whether it's a family entertainment center or a Christmas show or an escape room or a haunted attraction, and they're looking for something, that's going to set them apart, maybe a prop, maybe a scenic design, maybe they need a whole build of a whole scene. Can they come to you guys and talk about custom solutions, talk about what they're trying to achieve, and let your imagination go crazy and see what you can come up with?
I mean, that's really that's the essence of Daniel's Woodland for sure. I mean, that's how we work. Folks have an idea and they call us and talk on the phone. We're trying to kind of talk among ourselves. Like, if we were going to have this motto, like what could we say, like, is our motto? And one guy, he said a joke. He said, Daniel's Woodland, we'll do anything for money. Just not what you're thinking, Chris. No, and that's kind of true, though. I mean, we've really made a career out of building things that we've never built before, and it all starts with a phone call and an idea, and then pencil to paper, and then it can kind of grow from there. If you go on Google right now and Google giant Eddie Murphy head, I mean, that's a funny, you'll see a 13-foot tall Eddie Murphy head that we pulled all around North America to promote a movie.
That's awesome.
Back in the day. And that was a project from when the phone call started to when the Eddie Murphy was driving down the road was about a 30-day period. So, it was just a crazy, we never made an Eddie Murphy head before, and we never made one after, but it's that's kind of who we are.
I love that, actually. That's so cool. I feel like maybe some of our industry celebrities need one, like maybe a Sir Alan Hops. We could have some fun with that. That would be fun. I like that. All right. You mentioned the shooting galleries. I'm a big sucker for those, and we see them at theme parks and family entertainment centers. What a great opportunity to bring people in a different fashion. Talk about, you guys have a product, a shooting gallery in a box. Talk about that, please.
Yeah. I mean, it fits in this category. We kind of have this slogan. There's a few of our products that fit. It's called theming that pays you back, right? Yes. It's interactivity and entertainment, but it has a business side of it. So the bean counters, support those people who want to just do awesome and crazy things. And so shooting gallery really fits in that category. It's a really cool themed environment. It can tell a story. You can do some crazy things. You can go, any theme from pirate to princess to, it could be haunted house, and so it can be any of those things, but it has dollar bill acceptors attached to it and credit card readers. And so it generates its own stream of revenue. This video that's playing right now just shows an installation that we did at a firearms store in Cody, Wyoming. Oh. And we installed a shooting gallery over a few-day period. That's my lovely wife, who's my trusty sidekick on some of these places. So we went and did this one. But the haunted attractions industry is just filled with a lot of really talented do-it-yourselfers. Sure. And they've got, they love building things. They love looking at things and taking the ball and running with it. And, they have some experience with animatronic control systems, and they like to build things. And so we put together this product called the Shooting Gallery in a Box. And it's basically our core shooting gallery system that would control our most expensive, 15 guns, several $100,000 shooting gallery. It's that core system that you can't buy anywhere else, that proprietary stuff. And that's what that shooting gallery in a box is, the controllers, the computer system, and how it all is controlled. And it's for those do-it-yourselfers. And if folks want to kind of take it a step further, we offer a package of, a target list you can choose from to buy those ready-made targets that are just ready to sit in place. And if you go that far, then basically it just allows the kit purchaser to build the gun counter and the set the gun counter in place, set the targets in the set, and then pull about 1.5 miles of hoses and wires and things like that to put it all to make all the connections, and then turn that thing on and program it with a graphical user interface to program and configure, really like this interactive Country Bear Jamboree type show controlled environment. And so it's a powerful system. It's what we've been using and what we developed, and we're not holding anything back. It's just for those folks that want to get into a shooting gallery for that's custom to their place, that they can build that fits their style. And then, of course, it really offers that chance to build in a lot of sweat equity, into their own shooting gallery. They can make it theirs and have a good time with it. And so that's what that product's for.
It's a beautiful product, and I know it can be customly fit, but is there kind of a standard size? If somebody's watching and going, hey, I'd like to add that, how much space should I have for one of these?
Oh, that's a great question. So the formula that we typically use is about 2.5 foot of width per gun station.
Okay.
Right. So if you've got 12 feet in width, then maybe that would be great for about a 5 gun station, something like that. So that's your approximate width. And then the depth of a shooting gallery is, 10 or 12 feet is kind of on the short end, and usually up to about 20 feet is typical playfield depth, 10 to 20 feet deep.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, in the haunted attractions industry, you kind of have that Mississippi land rush mentality. Like there's either a whole bunch of people there or there's probably hardly anybody there.
Right.
So, we have to pick that sweet spot, in terms of the number of gun stations to satisfy those guests. Sure. If they want to put an attendant next to the shooting gallery, they can order a wireless gun from us, so the attendant can show it off a little bit and tempt people and have some fun with it.
Oh, nice.
Or shooting gallery in a box kit, it comes with what you need for 2 guns and 18 targets. Mm-hmm. And then you can add on extra controllers for additional gun positions and additional targets. Mm-hmm.
Very cool. I like the wireless option to help demonstrate and kind of egg people on, be the carnival barker, so to speak. If an attraction wanted to put maybe some of their icon characters and work with you to customize some of the targets, is that an option?
Yeah, you bet, 100%. So the shooting gallery, the architecture of the control system is that it's a network series of animatronic controllers that are just using digital ons and offs. Sure. And so each target controller can handle up to 6 targets and up to 12 actuators. And so if it's simple digital on-off, actions on the character, they can use our system to control it. And even layer in the sound effects. All of the sound effects are programmed with a 3-dimensional coordinate and imported into a surround sound environment. So we really create that virtual surround sound, environment with the shooting gallery, and we'll show you how to do all of that. If there's something that folks want to add in the shooting gallery that's that calls for other control needs for the control capabilities besides what our system can do, then at that point you just use our control system to trigger a secondary control system that can then be anything you want. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I can't wait to play. And Tony Brunner was really reading my mind. Will you have one at your booth at TransWorld for us to play with?
Yeah, that's a great question. Maybe they can bring back up the picture of our booth that's going to be there. But we're bringing a shooting gallery in a box.
Love this.
And it's going to, we'll unfold it and flip it out, and it'll show a finished gun position. And it's going to show a cranky old buzzard that's going to throw a couple insults your way. Something along the lines of, you want to know something? My mother's twice the man you'll ever be. Something like that. So the buzzard will be there to insult you and make you feel horrible about yourself. And but we'll demonstrate, we'll be able to demonstrate right there, what the system looks like, show you the parts, show you what it looks like if you want to layer in some programming, and build a show for the buzzard or one of those things, and even shoot a couple of the targets and kind of get a feel for it to kind of understand what you're getting into if you want to make that purchase.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm excited. I can't wait to do it. Robert, we have to do this. Now, we would be remiss. Of course, you guys are known for your woodworking, for your shooting gallery, but you're bringing a new product to market called Interact. And can you tell us everything about that?
You betcha. I would love it to. I wonder how many of the folks on there that are listening like to make extra money, I mean, raise your hand if you'd like to do that, right? Okay.
All of us? Yes.
Well, good. Have we got a solution for you? So Interact is a brand new control system. It's based on our shooting gallery technology, which is an interactive controlled environment, you know, the shooting gallery in and of itself. But the Interact product allows us to create several interactive vignettes that can be installed around a venue, a haunt, or a pumpkin farm, or what have you, to create these interactive venues and interactive vignettes that are triggered by special keepsakes that guests purchase. And that purchase could be made at ticketing as an upsell at ticketing, or it could be made in the stores, you know, in the merchandise areas. And these keepsakes can be anything from, you know, a little token. It could be a bracelet. It could be the Harry Potter wand at Universal that push, you know, that might kind of help you understand the direction we're going. It could be a bubble wand, you know, something along these lines. And so, you know, the Interact system also allows for scavenger hunt based, you know, gamification. The event, when a souvenir is presented to an Interact station, that's a read and writable event. So it lets us do scavenger hunt based things. Maybe they could be incentivized by a prize, you know, at the end. One of the smart plays for adding a small prize at the end of a scavenger hunt is to keep, you know, families from sharing a bracelet, because kids don't like to share the prize. And so everybody's going to have their own bracelet. And so we're going to sell a little bit more volume. But I think the best place, you know, where it really folds in, if you don't have an upsell at ticketing for the guests, if you don't have an upsell to offer them, then you're leaving money on the table. You know, we own an attraction that we built in Monterey, California, called Treasure Hunt the Ride. And it's an interactive dark ride that we created. It's a really spectacular, you know, theme park quality standalone attraction on Cannery Row. And we have an upsell at ticketing. It's called the Power Up Token. And all it does is it turns your treasure collector, your blaster on the ride vehicle, from single shot revolver. You know, what I say is it turns your weapon from a pea shooter to a deck cannon. It does, you know, so it's fully automatic, and it just makes more things happen. It makes it more interactive, and it's a $5 upsell at ticketing. And on a bad day, 50% of our guests will upgrade that extra $5. On a good day, we'll see 85% plus.
Wow.
So if I added $5 to the ticket price though, and didn't do it as an upsell, then it kind of passes a mental ceiling, you know, and we'll start losing ticket sales. But it's easier to go the base ticket price plus an upsell for those who want to have an enhanced experience and pay a little bit more. You know, so for example, maybe you have a haunted house and that souvenir, that special thing is a skeleton key. And so you're at ticketing and you say, you know, welcome to the haunted house today. You know, we've got you down for 2 adult passes, and can we get you the skeleton key? Now listen, the skeleton key only goes to the most special of guests, used to unlock never before seen special features around the haunted house. And not only does it help you have more fun and interact today, but it's also a refrigerator magnet. You can take it home and put it on your refrigerator when you're done. Can we put you down for an extra $20 skeleton key? I mean, it's so cheap. Why would you say no? You know, so the point is, you kind of make it a no-brainer, and you offer this upsell that there's already this perceived intrinsic value in it, but it can be used right on the spot, like that Harry Potter wand. You don't need it to go to Universal, but you don't have to be cool and have the most fun either, you know, like, so with Interact, you create these interactive vignettes, and then you offer your guests that special keepsake, that upsell opportunity to elevate their experience, increase dwell time, and to do some more things. So this is displaying here. We're seeing just, watch this.
I am Sir Reginald Mortimer, the spirit of this estate. With Interact, you can turn this haunted charm into an interactive tour de force. Imagine the thrill as your guests engage with projections and ghostly surprises.
Wow, Ron. Wow.
So, and if you stand in the right place, when he sneezes at the end, you'll get a little something on you. So this is just shown with a little card, but you know that the souvenir could be anything.
Your Interact journey has begun. Seek the shrunken seer. His sight reaches beyond the veil.
So the next one is a pumpkin one. I mean, this one could be a series of eclectic, family of pumpkins that give a tour around the farm, and they all come from the same patch, and they're just fun.
You want your pumpkin farm to be a hauntingly good time? Let Interact bring the magic. Just tap a charm and watch as my pumpkin pals come to life, weaving together laughter and light. It's a pumpkin patch party like no other. Wow. Do not miss out, my pretty pumpkins.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, this is our shrunken head. We're working on a deal right now with Ripley's Believe It or Not for this guy.
Okay.
Which doctors say you can really get a head with Interact. I am not sure which one, this one or that one.
So actually, I'm going to put that guy outside my office, that character, because when people come to my office, I want to push a button. So he says, "I see you come to me for guidance. I am not sure why, but I see you've come." So, because I always have people asking me questions outside my office, but
absolutely.
But Interact, the controller allows us to. It's a punchy little controller at its core. Okay. It allows us to control like 4 actuators. It has DMX compliance, DMX connection to it, and it also has a 50-watt stereo amplified channel. And so we can control a lot of things with that. If we need more than that allows for, such as this video effect that you're seeing there, again, we just layer in a secondary video controller. Okay. And it's a great opportunity to put in some other kind of 4 and 5D effects, layer in some fog that comes in the picture as well as, out of the screen and have some fun with it. Whatever your creativity runs. And, the bean counting side of this, though, is where the magic really happens, because if you start imagining something on the order of 50% or more of your guests making an extra $10 to $20 purchase at ticketing, it has the potential to have quite a dramatic effect on the cash flow of an operation. And that's really what we're after here to do. We want the bean counters to be more excited than the visionary guys who like to play and make cool things. Because if we can satisfy those bean counters, then we get to have a lot more fun making magic.
Oh, absolutely, yes. The big question, of course, will you have these for demo at your booth, booth number 2427?
You bet. What you're seeing in this video right now is just a video tour in our shop where we mocked up the booth, and it's actually on its way to a warehouse right beside the show, and we will be setting this booth up, and you'll see all of these characters there, and you'll be able to talk with us a little bit about some of the realms of possibilities here. And we're just going to show a few possible things. We want people to look at it and understand that this isn't we're not here to sell a shrunken head. We're here to sell a concept.
Right.
Interact for your facility. What does your facility look like? What makes sense for the interactive vignettes around your place? And then what also makes sense for the souvenir that we want to sell? And let's put together a solution that's gonna drive some tremendous profit your way.
I could see this in so many different applications, so many different attractions. This is a great feature. If people are watching and they don't want to wait till TransWorld, they want to reach out to you to start talking about their application, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way, you can go to danielswoodland.com and you can fill out a contact form. You can also email me, ron@danielswoodland.com. And we're just to reach out and let's have a talk. Just say, hey, I'm interested in Interact, and we can have a conversation. I can, and then we'll just see where that conversation takes us and go from there. And I think this is that Harry Potter wand experience for those who don't have the universal sized budget, right? And we're seeing these interactive experiences pop up everywhere we look. They're ubiquitous at Great Wolf Lodge, at the Disney parks. All the theme parks are doing all of these kinds of things, and they're doing them for a reason. It's because they are ridiculously profitable, types of things. And people want interactivity. They want to kick things up a notch, and this is the way to go to do that.
It's beautiful work, sir. We can't wait to come hang out with you. Booth number 2427, danielswoodland.com. Go start window shopping right now. Anything you want to share before we see each other in just 13 days?
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody and looking forward to being at the show and interacting with everybody. So.
Ah, this is a pleasure. Thank you so much to you, the whole team, the company, and we can't wait to see you in St. Louis and check out all this amazing stuff.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate you. Oh, God, those are awesome. We could have had him for another hour. I mean, there's so much to unpack there. You need to go check out his booth, go play and start your imagination. How can you work those in your escape room, in your interactive entertainment venue, in your haunt, in your Christmas experience? How can you make those kids feel that magic and feel that so that they continually want to come back? Well, go check out Ron, go check out Daniel's Woodland and DWL Studios at booth 2427. Now, but wait, in Sean Fenner's own words, but wait, there's more. We have a very awesome guest next. I believe it's the very first of his kind that we have ever had on the show. He is a master sommelier. That's right, folks. We are about to talk to Mr. Will Costello from Smart Bar USA. What's going on, sir?
Hey, yeah, I would say that since there's only about 289 master sommeliers in the world, it is rare on any show, but I'm excited to be here for this one for sure.
I am honored. I have only talked to a few non-master sommeliers, and this is awesome. First, can we set the stage here real quick for those that may not be familiar with that title and that classification? Can you break that down? Kind of tell everybody what's involved in and what it takes to get that title.
Well, considering you are streaming this on YouTube and a bunch of other places, I will give the very brief elevator pitch of what it is. But everybody, if you're interested, you could go watch on YouTube for free a movie that came out like maybe 14 years ago. So it's a little dated, but it's called Somm, SOMM. Great movie. I can't even watch it anymore because I get agita from just reliving the experience. But essentially, I know more about alcohol than almost anybody you know. I oftentimes say that the guy who gets to the bar at like opening and doesn't leave until closing maybe knows more about alcohol, but that's just by osmosis, right? I essentially know more about alcohol. Yeah. And there's a Himalayan yak milk alcohol that's made. Trivia for everybody. I've never tried it before, but if you can turn sugar into alcohol, it's something that they've tested us on. And one of the obvious things that people think through is the idea of like show me how if I hand you a glass of wine and can you tell me what it is at a party? And truly, while I'm pretty good at it, I mean, I've been in Korea at a bar with sommeliers who speak, that much English, handed me a glass of wine, and I called the producer and the vineyard of a German Riesling. I got lucky on that one because my wife's favorite vineyard is that, and on our second date, I happened to bring that wine. But obviously, if you can remember that and remember the flavor, you become a good sommelier, because if I'm talking to you and you can give me even the littlest inkling of what inspires you in terms of beverage, I can help you find something on a list. And at the end of the day, if you drink and talk about wine for most of your career, you want to drink something else in your off hours. Hence why I work with Smart Bar, the automated cocktail dispensing system.
I love it. And it gives you so much background here because you know exactly what you're talking about. Certainly a lot of folks in our industry love to indulge in beverages, but most importantly, our customers do. And Smart Bar offers so many amazing options to help make us more money and keep our customers happy and give them a little liquid courage.
Well, here's a couple things that are really interesting. And, obviously, Ron had mentioned it just briefly, right? Dwell time. And we all know this word either intrinsically or we think about it as, how can we get someone to stay with us longer, right? And if we're talking about the interactive, experiences space, people aren't coming for food and beverage. I was down at Dine-In Cinema, for example, in Austin, and talking to people who were having movie theaters and giving you burgers and ribs and all kinds of great food, but they didn't come there to sit down and have a burger. They came there to watch the movie. And the same is for the interactive space, right? How can we get them to stay longer and think about, well, now that I'm bored or now that I've done the thing, how can I stay entertained? And, you know, especially as adults, and I have 2 little kids, alcohol is entertainment, whether you agree with it or not, it certainly is. And being able to offer that without the necessity of having a trained bartender to make every drink is really what we're trying to solve in the market. Not only the speed of things, I don't know how many of you have lines that are, you know, so long that you need to get a drink out in 4 seconds, but if it's just about making a consistent, high margin, really perfectly crafted drink, that's what we do.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What kind of options do we have here? Because I know that this feature here, it's at bars, it's at restaurants, it's at theme parks, it's at airports, it's at stadiums, arenas, et cetera, et cetera. We want it to be inside your park because obviously it's a value add and can make a couple of bucks. But to your point, it's super simple. What kind of options do we have?
Yeah, so if you think about it, there are really two things you can do. We have either modular systems, which are built in, which would usually be either manned or unmanned. It doesn't really matter. Those ones have a lot more capability. Think about, you know, a full bar, up to 50 different liquor products, and then 12 different mixers, you know, ginger beer, grapefruit juice, orange juice, lemon, etc. All of those things. And when you have 50 different liquors and you have 12 different mixers, you can literally make thousands and thousands of cocktails. And I love how creative everyone in this space is, because you take a theme and change it and transport it into your own. So for us, we are completely product agnostic, meaning you can pick whatever spirit might be, maybe regionally. It always pops in my head, Cat Head vodka from like South Carolina. You can specifically make a drink that's made from local ingredients. You can call it something that's themed for your space. And then without the necessity of training a new bartender, if that bartender calls out, make that drink exactly the same every time. So that's the modular one, where literally to your heart's content, the number of drinks you can make is as big as your imagination, right? And then we have the portable units. When I think about like corn mazes, for example, that might not be year round, and you might want to have the flexibility of essentially popping up a bar anywhere that you could plug in 120 volts, right? Which can be with a really long extension cord in the middle of a cornfield. We have those portable units, which don't have the same flexibility of, you know, 50 different liquors and 12 different mixers, but get the job done, right? You can still make a great margarita. You can make a whiskey sour. You can make a Long Island iced tea and an AMF and all of these with its own onboard water, carbonation, waste tank, ice, all of that. And when you're talking about sometimes seasonal labor, right? Or if you're talking about, you know, labor flexibility, if your bartender calls out, and I ran restaurants for a long time. If your bartender calls out, all of us have deer in the headlights moments sometimes. Like, how the hell do you make that golden hour cocktail? And then you're looking for a recipe card. You would never have that challenge once you've programmed a recipe in. And, you know, Chris, if I can jump in right now, I wanted to share a cocktail. I don't know how many people in the you know, video have a favorite cocktail for the theme, but when I thought about like Halloween, Friday the 13th coming up, there is one of my favorite cocktails. It's called the Satan's Whiskers. If you've never heard of the Satan's Whiskers before, it is a real cocktail from sort of the Prohibition era. It has gin, sweetened dry vermouth, and then lots of orange. It's got fresh orange juice. It's got orange liqueur. It's got orange bitters. It's a drink that if you have the first time made well, you will ask for at every bar. Now, how many bartenders know how to make a Satan's Whiskers? Very few. Very few, right. And you could program that in and have a Satan's Whiskers cocktail that is themed for a Halloween place, or like I saw the you know, Morgue Manor and all of this stuff that perfectly is made every single time that we can support. So it's really, really awesome. I love that. And so you could take traditional cocktails and then rebrand them in your own image. So whatever your haunted attraction can be, that whiskey sour can be like, you know, the Katie Lane sour, you know, if it needs to be, or whatever that name needs to be. Exactly. And, you know, we're installing in a FEC, it's called Mythic Mini Golf in Raleigh. They want to put shimmer powder into their mixers so that all of the drinks that you're going to get have this sort of mythic purple, orange, green kind of theme. For us, like I said, we're product agnostic. If you can create it, we can pour it. And, to be able to fit so many different themes across amusement parks and casinos and stadiums and family entertainment centers, at the end of the day, Ron pointed it out too, that it's all about money, right? And what can you do if you have to build out a bar? This is a perfect picture as an example. This is at a event center at a casino. This bar itself was, over $500,000 just to put this together. However, we can install a bar for about $50,000, including everything that you need. And in our first year at most of our FECs that go from not selling liquor to selling as a full bar, as we recommend, about $250,000 to $300,000 of top line revenue. And depending on the number of, guests that you have and the potential to maybe buy a drink as part of a ticket or otherwise, it could be even more, right? And that's what we offer. It's the flexibility of having a bar in almost any space you can really think of.
It's brilliant too. And obviously it's going to reduce spillage. It's going to reduce over pours because it's going to be consistent and do the same thing time after time after time.
Yeah, knowing your local bartender is a good thing as a patron. It's a bad thing as an owner because you always get that extra big pour from your local bartender. We realize that every one of those extra pours is revenue that you're never collecting, right? Because, hey, while I want a stiff drink, I would have probably ordered a second one. And now that's 12 or 13, or depending on your market, $6 that you never collected. So
gotcha. Love that. Now, if you have regional specialties, and I know some folks in the chat are having some fun with a Chicago liqueur named Malort. But if you wanted a regional specialty in your machine, you could do that, right?
We are completely product agnostic. If you are a Chicago diehard and you want to pour Malort and you want to pour that through the machine, God help you, good for you. We can absolutely pour it. I have had Malort one time, and that's all that I needed.
And here's a man whose palate is very refined, and he knows the difference.
Yeah, the palate almost went away after that. Jeez.
This is very, very awesome. I love the demo video here. It makes it look so easy. Will people be able to hang out at your booth 2815 and see it in action?
Well, that's the one thing when we go to our trade shows, oftentimes we don't bring the full pouring, full pouring system. What we're going to bring is essentially a demo unit that kind of shows the functionality without all of the booze underneath or the booze in the back and the ice and the things. And so we'll have videos and we'll have the ability for you to walk up and, for example, scan a QR code or touch the pour sequence on your own. None of the booze is going to come out. However, we said we're happy to buy cocktails for people at the bar afterwards, because I saw a couple notes in here. I am a big whiskey sour fan. I'm a big Manhattan fan, and the cool thing about those drinks is that when they're made well and made perfectly, it is an experience in its own. When they're made bad because somebody added too much lemon juice or not enough sugar or whatever, it is not that great. For sure.
Agreed. We had a question: does it handle just mixed drinks or also beer and wine?
So we can pour wine. We cannot pour beer. Beer, as many people know, has its own specialties, right? Cleaning out the lines, keeping it ice cold, insulated all the way. We like to stay in our lane with the cocktails, considering, most people can take a draft beer, pull a draft on its own. We would hope to support that kind of ease of use in the cocktail space. And then the wine part's easy. You just put 5 or 6 ounces as your recipe, and then it'll pour wine from a keg. Though you don't want to pour wine from a bottle through the system. Being a master sommelier, having wine sitting in lines or sitting exposed to air is not good for the quality.
No.
Even I have to admit, we don't want to pour bottles of wine through our machine. So
good tips. I'm sure you can adjust the pour size. So if you have a small or large pour, or if you have different glass sizes.
Totally. And at some of our stadium and arena partners, they have like a 12 and a 20 ounce. All of those recipes we help you build based upon your glass size. If the double has, 2.25 ounces and the single has 1.25, we just build the recipes in, and then it's based upon your POS system. And at the end of the day, we want to offer that flexibility. If you wanted to, on the fly, make a drink, Chris, if you and I came up with a drink tonight and you're like, hey, I want to have this in it, and it's in the machine, you can make a custom cocktail for your best guest on demand. And then if your bartender who doesn't remember them come in, you can say, hey, I want the Chris and Will, and you can press a button and make that cocktail. And
That's
the
awesome.
flexibility we've done is really to enable people who want to pour cocktails without the knowledge that, unfortunately, 10 years of studying that I put into, figuring out how to make alcohol work.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And we're getting tons of love from the chat. Of course, tons of hate for Malort as well. So you're not alone on that part as well. I don't get to say that often. I think the comment of the whole chat here, the highlight here is friends don't let friends drink Malort. So
I agree completely.
Well, there won't be Malort at your booth, but there will be an awesome featured machine here that really could turn a huge profit and make a lot of your customers really happy as a nice value add to your attraction. Maybe get one, maybe get five. Booth number 2815. And if they want to start bar shopping, if they want to start looking at the website, Smart Bar USA, but if they want to reach out to you, start talking about maybe what they've got going right now, that maybe they got a POS system that they want to kind of integrate with yours. What's the best way to reach out?
Yeah, if you go to our website and you click on, for example, schedule a demo or contact us, either myself or my colleague Matt will reach out to you.
Okay.
And to be clear, we do all of this through an ROI P&L perspective, right? If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
And so for us, we always like to do a quick P&L kind of view. Even if you're not selling liquor, we can look at ticket sales and we can come up with some estimated number that says X amount of people will be ordering cocktails, and help you figure out if this makes sense. And based upon Pins and Wheels, for example, nearly $300,000 of first year revenue makes it an easy decision if you are looking at the bottom line.
Yeah. And I just want to point this out too, folks. I would assume, and Will, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't have to have alcohol in here too. These could be mocktails.
They can be. And in fact, we have a partnership with UNLV. And because it is a college, now college kids love to drink, but they don't like them to pour it at their interactive center. So all of those are mocktails that we built based upon incredible recipes that everyone would be proud to drink. And that's what we show at our showroom. We don't actually pour cocktails, at least, between 8 and 5.
I like that. I like that. Well, we need a tour. We're going to definitely come hang out. Robert and I are coming for an in-person visit, but in the meantime, we'll definitely come see you guys on the floor because this is an amazing product and we can't wait to see it in action. So,
well, we would love to show it, and we're really excited to 13 days from now.
This is awesome. Will, this is fantastic. I've got you for one more minute. Can I ask your personal preference? Like when you drink a wine, what do you go for? What does your palate say?
So 9 out of 10 bottles that I drink are white.
Okay.
I just like the crisp, refreshing flavor, and it's usually unoaked. And then honestly, if it's a region of the world, it's Chablis. Chablis is like catnip for me. I can't get enough. They can go from everyday price, like $25 a bottle, all the way up to literally thousands of dollars. I don't usually get to drink the thousands of dollars. I got pictures of my family up there. The kids are expensive, so my days of $1,000 bottles are behind me. But if we want to drink a nice bottle of wine together, it's going to be Chablis for sure.
Love that.
Chris, do you have a preference?
You know what I do? I have a couple, it's crazy. And I'm going to tell you about it when we get there. But I am not as refined as you are. Like certainly there's some Spanish grapes that I really, really enjoy. But a winemaker out of Arizona, actually, and I know that's like crazy. Like it's not like California.
Maynard James Keenan from Tool.
You might be right on the mark. Yes. Caduceus and Merkin Vineyards are just absolutely amazing. What he's done with his blends have just taken me to a loop. So
good pizza there too.
Yes, we need to talk about that. I love that. And they have a good haunted hamburger there too in Jericho. You got to go see that. So, but anyway, yes, we should talk more. I'm super excited. Booth 2815, smartbarusa.com. Will, it's such a pleasure.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks so much. Talk soon. Love that. I love that he knew Mr. Maynard James Keenan's wine. Of course he did. He's a master sommelier. And we're so excited that he is with Smart Bar USA. And you can check out that amazing product. Made to be great in your bowling alley. Or if you run a casino, because maybe some of you do. But go check it out and hang out with him and see a great product demo. All right, folks, we are not nearly done. That's right, Hessian Manor. We are not even close. Our next guest is what some people may say very scary gorgeous. Ladies and gentlemen of TransWorld Live, help me in welcoming Miss Amanda Wright.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on. It's nice
Hi,
to meet
how
you.
are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Wonderful. I have seen your stuff everywhere. It is in my feed all the time. So whatever you're doing with the algorithm is awesome because your purses have been just killing it. And I'm sure if it's not just mine, everybody's feed is seeing them. And they are truly scary, gorgeous. Tell us all about you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, well, it's just me and my mom right now. So I started this company about a year and a half ago. Thank you. She's actually here with me tonight, helping me out a little bit.
Love that.
But TransWorld, my first time was last year. Oh, thank you. And this will be my second, but this is our fourth show as TransWorld. So we did East Coast and the Midwest.
Very nice.
But it has taken off. Last year, I came with 10 purses, not knowing what to expect. And I've grown into 60 plus for this show alone.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You have, honestly, congratulations first. Second, definitely want to comment. We love our moms. Moms are very much involved in every aspect for all of us that get to work with them. We love our moms. So that's awesome that she's by your side. Now, does she have a favorite? When you came to her and you said, hey, I'm going to make these amazing, like horror inspired purses and jewelry and earrings and decor, what did mom say?
That's a good question, actually. Do you have a favorite? I would have to say our new design, the brain purse, is my favorite. She said she loves the new brain purse that I've made. So this is a brand new one. I haven't put it anywhere on social media, nowhere else yet.
This is breaking news. Yeah.
Not even finished yet. Yeah, I've only got 4 actually at the moment, but this one's a pretty cool piece.
Love this.
And we've got the same kind of fabric interior on the inside. I'll be painting the inside red as well. But we've got it on this beautiful clutch chain purse as well as some leather straps on there. And again, everything is hand sculpted and molded, casted, painted, everything completely by me.
Love that. Amanda, in the inside of the brain purse, what kind of, is it fabric? Is it hard shell? Like what's the inside look like? We're getting questions on.
So I offer a whole bunch of different fabric options. This in particular has this kind of glittery red inside to match that blood interior as well. So one of my signature things I do on most of my purses to finish them off is actually all of them kind of have that red kind of gooey inside that I use for the blood.
Love it. Beautiful work. Now, on the top, when obviously the head claps, is there a clasp, or how do you make sure that it doesn't open when you don't want it to open?
Yes. So I have troubleshooted that quite a few times actually. Yeah. And we've got this clasp right here.
Oh, beautiful.
Latches real nice and it won't come undone. Keeps your stuff nice and safe and easy to use.
I love it, and I love that you've done that. You have art in your hand here, which is a beautiful model there. And I know that you also do. Here we go. We have a zombie.
Yes, that's Glenn right there.
Glenn,
inspired by The Walking Dead.
Love great naming choices, obviously.
Thank you. Yep, he's got that missing eye, so I thought it was a perfect name for him.
Beautiful, and you hand paint all these, right?
Everything, yes, completely hand painted. I use a mix of airbrush, spray paint, and hand painting, as well as a lot of that permablood and permagore and all that. And every interior is totally customizable.
Okay.
All that I have is what I have at the moment, but if you want to pre-order or custom order or anything, I've got tons of different fabric styles as well. My mom actually just brought all my different swatches.
Brilliant. Okay. Oh, wow. That's a ton of selections there.
A lot.
Beautiful. And it makes sense. Obviously, you only have finite space. So if someone was looking to customize, of course, they can reach out to you before the show. Or if they just see you at the show, they can certainly put an order in and you can ship it later.
100%. And I like to let people know, just based on how many orders are coming in at the time, I'll give you a guesstimate on how long I am going to take to make a certain piece. But usually I have a good turnaround of about 2 weeks.
Well, the heart is a huge favorite. Now, we do have a question from the audience, if I can ask. Lee Jordan says, do you have killer clowns?
I'm sorry?
Do you have killer clowns?
I don't yet, but it's actually on my list to make.
Love that. Okay. Now, that might be a follow-up question if someone has an idea. I know you have a heart here, but let's just be crazy and say they want a foot. Can they work with you maybe on a custom mold for a future project?
100%. Yeah. Actually, a few of my pieces are customs. Art started as a custom.
Oh, nice.
And who else was a custom? Oh, Jack and Sally as well. So
yes.
I saw them. My other newer pieces. Yeah.
Beautiful work. I saw them on the website. And guys, if you haven't checked it out, ScaryGoregeous.com. But I mean, these are really, really great work and handmade by Amanda and her mom. That's brilliant. Nice work. Very, very nice work. I think we might have a picture of Jack here as well. I think.
Oh, if you don't, I have him right here. And he actually has a detachable bow feature. So it's magnetic as well as a snap. So if you don't want to be traveling with something, that might catch on something, you can take it off and put it back on later.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Super easy.
That is super cool. What a fashionable choice and also very appropriate. I love that. Oh, this is awesome. What was the first model that you made when you started down this road? What was your first model that you guys made?
Actually, my first model I named the OG, and this is this guy right here. He was one of my first pieces because I was obsessed with zombies when I started this journey, and I wanted everything to be gore and zombie, and so I zombified everything, but it started all with him.
That's awesome. That's brilliant. Great work. What is the current time if you have to make one? How long does it take you? About a week, 2 weeks, a month? What can someone expect when usually when you produce from scratch?
That is a great question. So it depends if you want to order a custom piece completely from scratch.
Sure.
It really depends. So if I have to sculpt it from scratch, you're looking at about a month to a month and a half, especially if I have other orders in the mix.
Sure.
If it's something that I already have, which I have some blanks already as well. Oh, there's Bill Diamond. But I have some blanks ready, so I could probably get a few out in a week or so, just depending. If I don't have any blanks made, it could be about 2 weeks.
I love that. Our good friend Jennifer Best Pitch actually, I think, has one of the coolest comments in there. And she wants to know, so what are your plans for Saturday and Sunday? Because you're going to sell out.
Well, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Saturday and Sunday, I guess we're going to have to see.
I love that. Look at that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that was back at Sun and Monsterpalooza out in California. That was a lot of fun.
So brilliant. Now, I know beyond your purses, I know you also do some earrings and also decor. Do you want to touch on that real quick? Because I know that's not, the purses are the majority, but it seems like you offer those as well.
Yeah, the purses definitely were the first thing that kind of took off, and they're kind of my main focus. But I have been releasing a few different other items. So I even have, I don't know if anyone remembers the scene in Terrifier 3, I believe, maybe 2.
I think you're right.
Where Art comes out as the umbilical. So I'm going to have him. He's a prop, actually. So he's prop foam and latex. So I've only got 2 of them available, but he is available for pre-orders. So if you are interested in that, I've got that available.
Love that. So what you're really saying is make sure that you come to the booth on Thursday. If you want a chance, a first crack at all of this stuff that she's bringing, You got to get there quick.
100%. Yeah. If you want to cash and carry, I would get there as soon as possible. A few things I will say, if I come down to one of them, like my little Lenny wall arts right here, these are super easy to hang up as well. But they come with 2 hands and they're super easy to hang. They just got a little picture wire hanger on the back. You just pop a nail in the wall, slide it on, and it sits perfectly flush.
Okay. Oh, that's brilliant.
As well as the hands.
Beautiful.
I've got those, and for other decor, I've got some guts too. So this is going to be one of the giveaways.
I love that. I love Sean Fenner asked the question we were just talking about. Absolutely, yes. Will you have any cash and carry? And the answer is yes, but it'll be limited quantities because you can only fit so much, right?
Exactly. It's going to be first come, first serve for sure. If I get down to one, like I said, I'm going to have to ask you to wait till Sunday to come and pick it up. But if you don't get that cash and carry, I'm more than happy to take orders. I'm ready for it, and we will get them out to you as soon as possible.
Love that. Now, there was a question about the price ranges for your purses.
Sure. So most of them online, I sell for about $400.
Okay.
Generally. At the show, I'm going to be doing $295 for a special show price.
What?
So you got to snag them there, but I will also honor that $295 price if you order with me at the show and you pre-order. So say I don't have it and you want to grab it, I will honor that price.
Okay, so you heard her here, folks. You need to reach out to her, ScaryGoregeous.com, or see her at her booth 2113 and get a very valuable discount. Thank you so much, Amanda. That's awesome.
So I would like to, add that we actually got switched. We have a different booth now. We're going to be at 716.
Oh, okay. Very cool. That's awesome. See, breaking news here. Booth is number 716. Congratulations. Very, very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, right next to VFX across from Foggy's Fog.
I had a guess of where you guys were at, so I love that. Very cool. Yeah. Is there anything that you want to share with the audience before we see each other in just 13 days?
Yes, actually, I didn't even mention if you want to customize in any way, any of my purses as well on the spot. I offer a whole bunch of different chain options, leather options, adjustable straps, all different colors, all different styles. I've got earrings. I give blood kits, and I've got a bunch of other things in the store that I don't even have to show you right now, but you'll see them at the show.
I love that. So if you're good with the shape, with the sculpt of it, you could pretty much customize everything from the paint to the chain to how it sits, everything. I mean, just working with 100%. You. That's
you just reminded me too. This is one of my newer ones, and it's a detachable jaw skull purse. So it's a magnetic. You can have it 2 different ways if you want the jaw or if you don't, and it just clicks right on. So these will be available as well, but a very limited amount at the moment.
Okay. If you had to guess, or maybe the question was, what is your top seller?
Definitely this guy.
Love that.
This guy, the heart, and the heart. Definitely those 2, I think I sell by far the most. I cannot keep them on the show.
We have a Heaven and Hell Paul on Saturday night, and I have a feeling that would be a perfect accompaniment for anybody that wants to carry that, whether it be Art or the Heart or Jack or Sally or Juice or Zombies, whatever your heart desires. You make sure you go see Amanda at Scary Gorgeous in the 700 aisle. Congratulations. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you so much. We're so excited.
Very, very awesome. And that's Scary Gorgeous, G-O-R-E, gorgeous. So
yes,
anybody can use. Amanda, congratulations to you and Mom, and we can't wait to see you in St. Louis.
Thank you. Same to you. Hopefully we get to see you in person.
Absolutely. Same. Robert and I will be there. We'll come say hi.
Please do. Thank you again.
Awesome. You too. Take care. Oh my gosh, guys. That is awesome. You got to go see it, and you got to go feel it in your hands. She makes all of those by hand. So, and a huge discount for anyone that wants to buy for TransWorld or pre-order for pickup at TransWorld. So reach out to her, and she will make all of those artistic dreams come true. Make sure you need a good accent to whatever you're going to don to the Heaven and Hell party on Saturday night. All right, Sean, where are you at? Because there's more. We have our final guest of the evening, and thankfully she has hung on all night. We're super, super excited because we're about to see some explosions. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming Miss Lori LaMar from Spark City.
Hello. I missed my cue.
Hey, there we go.
There we go. Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Very happy to be here.
What a better way to light up the night than with one of your amazing Spark boxes.
Yes.
Unbelievable. So excited. Okay, let's talk basics first here.
Okay.
You've been hanging out the whole show here. How are you doing? Like, we always value that cleanup hitter here. So thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. I've been watching the show, and I'm just, I really thought like what I was going to be like, oh, I have a very unique product, and man, forget about it. These people before me, how awesome. I cannot wait. I can't wait to be a vendor, but I also can't wait to walk around and look at all this cool stuff. Like, this is going to be awesome.
Don't discount. This is a super night of like people with amazing products. And we're so excited to help showcase yours, because truly this is something that I hear time and time again. Like, I want those effects, but I also don't want my fire marshal to shut me down. And so now with what you guys are doing, we can actually accomplish this.
Yes, these are safe, absolutely safe for indoors. It's titanium powder. You've got the machine, and you've got a remote, and it's super simple. That's
Oh my gosh. Now, technical classification here is a cold spark machine, right?
It is a cold spark. People call them sparkulars. They go by, a couple of different names. They are a simulated pyrotechnic. So every county is different as far as the permits and what you need for that. For the specifics, you just have to check with your local fire marshal, but they are safe for indoors.
I love this. And I really want to showcase that real quick. Like, you can put your hand in them and will not get burned. It will not start a fire. There's no fire, there's no flame.
Correct. What it does, you put the titanium powder in, you just pour it in, and then you pour it in the hopper, and it heats it up, but it's just a heater. It's no flame. There's no open flame whatsoever. And then it magic turns it into sparks.
I love that. Now, Sean asked the question that I was truly thinking, and it literally hit me at the same time. So, Sean, I see you, buddy. Is this DMX or somewhat triggerable in any capacity?
100%. We do have the DMX in and out.
Okay.
But also, I'm a simple girl. You don't have to use the DMX, and that's why we have the remote. So these are just plugged in.
Okay.
But you can trigger them with DMX.
Huge congratulations to your cameraman, because camera person. This is beautiful work. Wait, can we go back in and show those? Sure. We love talking tech.
Yes.
That is cool. Okay. So in theory here, Ron from DWL was just showing about how we could do like some sort of trinket, and it, in theory, could trigger, a beautiful cold spark machine from Spark City.
Yes. Something else that I just wanted to show you that we have, shout out to the University of Southern Indiana, the engineering team. Okay. They are producing this for me as we speak. We'll have a wireless foot control as well. So that way, if your hands are full, you don't want to run a bunch of wires. It's basically going to be the remote control, but in foot control form. So, and that's a product that will be proprietary only to Spark City. I got to shout out to the chemistry team also that are working on colored sparks, because as you see right now, we've got gold, and they're working on colored sparks right now as well.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, now we had another great question from the audience here. Okay. And again, you're getting a ton of love, but Heather asked a great question. Does it always have to spark up, or can it spark down, spark sideways? How do you have to mount it?
These particular ones spark up. I do
Okay.
have vertical machines that you would mount up on trussing that can like kind of a rainfall machine where it comes down.
Oh, yes.
And then
Okay.
I do have the Mighty Mini also. My little guy here, and I'll show you, he puts on a good show also. We've got.
Oh, wow.
So, and he's just a little guy. He weighs 4 pounds. And you can see next to, but it does not have DMX. So
no,
you have
okay.
one speed on that one. But he's great. He puts on a good show too.
Okay. We're getting tons of questions because we love when people are able to talk tech.
Good.
Are there any specific power requirements?
No, just you plug them in.
Okay.
They do draw 7 amps each. So if you're on a normal kind of a 15 amp service, you could only have 2 of them plugged in on per circuit. You can daisy chain them together so you don't have to run a bunch of extension cords. But again, 7 amps. So depending on what circuit that you're on, you don't want to break that breaker.
No, smart.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it like that.
Yeah.
Of course, in very many variations, the big question is how many sparks can we get a night? How often do we have to refill the machine?
I get that question asked all the time. So here's the packet. It comes that have the titanium powder in it, and you're gonna get about 108 5-second bursts.
Okay.
So you think 5 seconds. So I'm gonna hit the 5-second button.
Okay.
Kind of a long time, especially whenever this kind of an effect.
It is.
Yeah. So about 108 of those per packet.
If someone had a special reason to use this, could they extend that 5-second time or decrease that 5-second time if they wanted to?
Yeah. So here I am just hitting on, off. So that was less than 5 seconds.
Sure.
If I hit high and then I had it go and I walked away, forgot what I was doing, it's going to go off after about a minute. But if you're like, no, I need more sparks, you hit the button again and it'll keep on going.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I would assume the answer is definitely yes, but it's a very good question. You obviously sell the machines. Do you sell the spark powder as well?
I do. Yes. What's nice about my powder is it is titanium powder and we've got the resealable bag. So whatever you don't use, you're not wasting. You dump it out, put it back in your bag and reseal it. And then you're good to go for the next event.
Love that. Alicia O'Donnell had a great question too. How high does the flame go on both of the machines?
That is a great question. So we have indoor and outdoor powder. So the maximum height on the indoor powder is going to be about 12 feet. The outdoor powder, the maximum height is going to be about 15 feet. So we do have 3 speeds. We got low. We've got middle.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then we've got high.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I do have indoor powder in there right now. So, but the outdoor powder is a little bit more robust and it's a little higher.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a question about the machine and working outside. Will it deal with that wonderful Midwest, winters, the cold? How will it handle that?
It is powder. So if it does get humidity or rain or whatever, it is going to clump up. It's not great. You're going to want to clean your machine out. So as far as being outdoors, it's an electronic equipment. You have to just kind of, be conscientious of the wonderful, ever-changing Midwest. But I know, I have some that are operating in some caverns right now, Majestic Caverns. They utilize these, so that's kind of a wet environment, but they've been using them, and it's a beautiful effect down under in the caverns and against the rocks. So, so they deal with the humidity also. So they do stand up.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We know that obviously there's always showtime and then there's store time. What kind of shelf life does the powder have?
It's vacuum packed and it's sealed twice. It's got I don't know. I can't tell you like 25 years, but
Sure.
it does. It's got a stable shelf life.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. The big question, and I don't want anyone to think I was avoiding it. I was just waiting until towards the end here. Of course, people would love to know, what kind of price range does it go from the mini all the way up to the big?
Okay. So I do have show prices. We got some hot show pricing that you'll see. I hope you come and see me. It's booth 1432. This is my first TransWorld, and they have put me right in the middle. I am like almost exactly in the middle of everyone. So I'm super excited. I love it.
Yes.
But if you buy, I'll have product with me at the show.
Okay.
I'll have powder packs, and I'll have the machines. They come in black and white. We got the deluxe duo. You get 2 machines, 10 packs of powder, and the travel case. Gigi, can you get the travel case in there? So it comes with the the travel case.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, and it's $6.99. And then and then if you wanted to do 4, you can do the pro event package. You get 4 machines, 20 packs of powder. You get 2 of the travel cases, and it's $12.99. So
that's brilliant. And obviously that is TransWorld show pricing only.
Yes. Yes.
So if you want to start looking, you definitely want to look at sparkcityusa.com, but that show pricing is only going to be for the show. Now, if people want to reach out and start talking to you ahead of time, what's the best way they can reach out to you?
They can call, they can text, they can go on my website, they can contact me like that. They can come to sparkcityusa@gmail.com.
Oh, nice.
So lots of different ways to contact me.
I love that. I love that. Obviously, you guys have done your homework, and this is really, really great work. Nice. Again, huge congratulations to your whole development team.
Thank you.
We do have a couple more questions, if you don't mind. Is there any smoke from the Sparks at all?
No, it's smokeless and fumeless. And so that's what makes it nice as for any like fire suppression systems that you might encounter. It's not going to set those off.
And I want to give Jen a lot of credit, but a lot of people have this issue, certainly when they run fog machines inside. They have to be very careful with any sort of particle detectors, smoke detectors, ion, and photo as well. So this is great because obviously it won't trigger those.
Right.
Do they get hot?
If you were to put your hand down here, you're going to pull your hand back. But by the time it's up here, it's lost its heat properties. So they don't get hot. The machines themselves, no.
That's okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the sparks, by the time that they expel, obviously it's a cold spark machine. I get that, but
yeah.
Awesome. Beautiful. What colors are you currently working on in development?
Well, we're starting with pink and blue, of course, like for gender reveals, things like that. But then, we just want to, branch out into all the colors so that any different effects, any different, show themes that you might have, so that we can, kind of go into any theme that you might have.
Love that. This is awesome. We're getting a ton of people saying, hey, this is a must buy or very cool. This is a huge, awesome offering here. And again, you guys are going to be right in the middle of the show floor.
Yes.
1432.
Yes.
Holy cow, very awesome.
I cannot wait.
What inspired you? How did you guys start off on this path?
Okay, that is such a great question. I've been in the amusement the business for over 20 years. I had a rental business, and it let me stay at home and raise my kids, which I have. My daughter's the one doing the camera right now. She's my tech support here. And so it let me raise my children, but they have both since went to college, graduated. We've got IU, go IU. And we got our football team. Let's talk about them. And so once they have branched out and they've kind of flown the nest a little bit, I wanted a company that I could be mobile and not be kind of trapped, here at for the rentals. So my son and I walked the floor at IAAPA, which is a trade show. It's a pretty big international trade show. And we looked for what wasn't there and what would be fun. And that was as simple as it is. And so we looked for something fun and something that I could be mobile and I could travel. So that's how I did it.
Applause to you, seriously, to you,
Thank
the
you.
family. Great work. I see a lot of people saying they're going to be heading straight to booth 1332. And I just want to reiterate, you did say
1432.
1432.
I'm sure there's someone great at 1332 too, but come by and see me also.
But I also know that you guys are bringing some for cash and carry.
Yes, we are. We will have product with us. So yeah, and hopefully we'll be selling out soon, but I've got plenty of back stock as well that if you do place an order at the show, my team here at the warehouse can get those out and shipped out to you.
Love that. Lori, this is fantastic. We're super excited. We have, just 13 days. Oh my gosh, time is running away here. 13 days to see each other. Is there anything that you want to share with our audience before we go?
I don't think so. Just I'm super excited. I can't wait to see everybody. I've heard such great things about TransWorld. So this is my debut at TransWorld, and I can't wait to be a part of it.
We are honored, and we can't wait to celebrate. And on behalf of all of us at TransWorld, two things. Number one, thanks for being a part of us, and thanks for giving us a shot here, because I promise you're going to be very, very happy. Our people love your product, and I know that they're going to buy a ton of it. And on the second side of it, I'd love to ask your help. We're going to give away 2 tickets to the Heaven and Hell costume party on Saturday night. That there will definitely be sparks, both physical and mental. And
yes.
We would love your help to give away those 2 tickets. They're going to go to one winner. And if you have a fun trivia question or some way to help decide, TransWorld Live, you've done this before. And if you haven't, we're going to quickly explain how this works. Lori is going to give a trivia question, and then you guys are going to type TW and then the answer to her question. And then we're going to look in the chat, and whoever we see first is going to get 2 tickets to the Heaven and Hell Ball on Saturday night, courtesy of TransWorld. So, Lori, the floor is yours.
Okay. So one of myself and my kids' favorite movies is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Love it.
Okay. And we also love our pets. What is Jack's dog's name?
Great question. Great question. Love this. All right. TransWorld Live, don't let us down here. I love that. Oh my gosh, right out of the gate.
I bet are they just piling in? They have to.
Oh yeah. It's coming super fast. I don't think we have any wrong answers here. Our audience is good. That was a good question. But Tony Brunner, congratulations. You just got yourself 2 tickets. I know we have each other's contact information, but KRIS@HAAshow.com will get you hooked up. Lori, and your entire team there, thank you for what you're doing. We can't wait to hang out with you. Booth 1432, Spark City, USA. All right.
That's right.
TransWorld, thanks for hanging out with us. Oh yeah, there we go. We can't do this show without you. We're going to be back next week, but for a special Monday show. So we will be back next Monday. We promise you don't want to miss it. We've got some epic legends that are going to be there helping us usher onto TransWorld. Again, huge congratulations to our winners. Thanks to all of our guests. Thanks to Robert. He is our magician behind the wings that makes all the doves disappear. We love that. So we'll see you next Monday. And thank you so much. Have a very, very safe week.